Oh! 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 No! Oh, Kumas! No, no, no! Cliffhanger! I lost! Ah! Hey guys, how's it going? Too Lazy for Life here, bringing you another episode of Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. So we're on episode 10 now. Last episode was the aftermath of when Shinji and Ryder activated that blood-fought magical barrier thing at school, but then Ryder got absolutely handed her ass to, well, her head got twisted round like a wet rag and she died by the hand of Caster, I guess. And Shinji now had no master, so he ran off to the church like the crying little baby bitch that he was and just started complaining to Kotomine like, I got a shit servant, I'm the first one out of this tournament, are you freaking kidding me? And then Kotomine was like, I have a spare servant for you, my boy. Yorokobe shonen! Shinji's now gonna be utilizing Gilgamesh, so he's gonna be coming back into this fight with Gilgamesh as his servant. Oh man, I have no idea how the hell this is gonna work. Like, Shinji's an absolute beta cuck, and Gilgamesh doesn't like being ordered around. And Shinji, man, from the way you saw him, he likes being the one on top. And Gilgamesh is gonna be the one that he's gonna try and get on top of. I don't think it's gonna be a good day for Shinji. Alright? And then the other thing that happened in this episode was what? Rin was stalking Gilgamesh outside of Sakura or the Mato family's house. And yeah, she was kind of self-projecting a little bit to Shirou there on the way home when Shirou accidentally bumped into her after he had to go do what Rin asked him to, which was to go and strip his friend Issei of all of his clothes to go check for signs of command spells to see whether he was indeed the master of I think Caster. I think that was what they were getting at. I can't remember exactly. And then he bumped into Rin on the way home, and then Rin was like, so how do you think you'd feel if one of your loved ones, one of your family members was given away without any say in it by you? What would you think? And then Shirou was like, well, if they're in a happy family, they'll be happy. And if they're in a bad family, they'll be unhappy. It's like, wow, Shirou, brain box, huh? That was some philosophical, intellectual, much needed words from you, much needed input from you, for Christ's sake. If they're happy, they're happy. If they're sad, they're sad. Water is wet, the sky is blue. Wow, holy shit, fucking forehead, man. So yeah, we're gonna jump into episode 10 now, right? Because that was pretty much all that happened last episode. Not really a whole lot more interesting to talk about and recap. So yeah, let's get on with it, guys, shall we? Let's go. His body is built of blades, blood of iron and a heart of glass. He stood upon a hill of swords. His body is built of blades? Oh my god. So Rin's having the fucking servant history flashback in her dream or something like that. So that's how he became a heroic spirit.
Emiya Shirou と知り合ってからの君はおかしいぞ。以前の合理性はどこに行った？
私はどうかしてる。けどアーチャー、それもこれもみんな、あんたがつまんないもの見せるからじゃない。
All this nonsense that you've been showing me.
忘れて。とにかく、あんたが私の
Oh, you mean the servant master connection in dreams?
私はエミヤシローほど甘くはないけど、それでも譲れないものがある。相手が誰であろうと、それを譲る気なんかない。
主が不調ならば支えるのが進化の役割だからな。君が本調子になるまで陰ながら見守るとしよう。連絡事項は以上だ。言わずとも承知しているだろうが、戸締まりは忘れないように。もちろん、言われるまでもありません。前から疑問に思っていたんだが、お前とクズキ仲いいのか？そういえばエミヤには言ってなかったな。仲がいいのは当然なのだ。何しろクズキ先生は俺の
He's a surrogate big brother to me.
兄貴分？総一郎。ああ。クズキ先生は3年ほど前からうちに居候をしていてな。
He's been staying at the temple for the past 3 years.
裏表のない実に誠実な御人だ。何かあるかといえば、クズキ先生は近々祝言を挙げる。2週間ほど前。
About 2 weeks ago, he brought home a woman. Yeah! Oh! Oh! Yeah! He's.
特別に住まうことを許可した。
What, he's gonna get married? What?
その言い名付けっていうのがキャスターよ。間違いないわ。
Holy shit.
今にでも仕掛けるわよ。エミヤ君も準備しといて。
ちょっと待て。今夜だって。
では、今夜キャスターのマスターに仕掛けると。
はあ、まだクズキ先生がマスターだって決まったわけじゃないけど、試してみるしかなくなった。
そうですね。
欲を言えば、あいつの剣みたいに。
You're gonna take a bunch of kendo sticks? What are you gonna do with those? Yeah, put those back. You're gonna use a kendo stick to go take out somebody? Good luck with that.
リン、なぜアーチャーはいないのですか？あいつなら置いてきた。ここで罠を仕掛けて迎え撃ち。
You think he just won't attack Caster?
あるけど結界を張れば、外から見られるのはアウトだけど、防音だけは完璧よ。ミサイルが落ちても周りには気づかれないわ。どう？立派なものです。それじゃそういえば、作品なんだけど。
Shirou with a fucking stick reinforced. Oh, good luck with that. You hit him? Wait, he did. Wait, did they shoot him? Wait, no, did he shoot? No, he just hit the umbrella. Oh, shit. Come out, foolish little mage. I don't. He's just gonna walk out. Oh, we meet again. Oh my god. Holy shit, so he even. Oh my god, he already knew that. Oh right, because Caster killed Ryder, right? So he already knew that Shinji was a master.
キャスターは町中の人間から魔力を集めている。そいつにとって人間は生贄なんだ。キャスターが魔力を吸い上げ続ける限り、いずれ死んでしまう人間だって出てくる。取り返しのつかないことになるのは、そう先のことじゃない。なるほど。ああ、そういうことなら、俺たちはキャスターだけを倒す。 もしあんたが分かった上でキャスターを好きにさせているのなら、あんたはただの殺人鬼だ。俺も容赦をしない。
I won't show you any mercy either.
キャスターの行いは
Are Caster's actions really so terrible?
では好きにしろキャスター。生かすも殺すもお前の自由だ。
そうか。ではここで死しても構わぬのだな。キャスターのマスターよ。
Oh, damn! Oh, the fucking special effects, man! What the fuck? The saber just... What the hell was that? She just had a fucking anti-magic shell? What was that? What? He just caught her blade with his knee? The fuck? And he just karate chop. Oh, damn! Fists have been fortified with magic. Holy fuck, she's bleeding out from the back of her neck. Oh, fucking, oh my god, what the fuck? Holy shit. Oh! 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 Oh, the uppercut! What the fuck? Did he just... What the fuck? What the... Oh my god, what the... He just... When did he manage to do that? I don't remember that. When the fuck did Shirou know how to do that? Whoa, oh my god, oh my god, too much is happening this episode. Oh, what the fuck's going on? What? Shirou? What the fuck did Shirou just do? I just had a revelation moment. Oh my god. No way. But Archer projected his swords, essentially out of nowhere. Don't tell me, don't fucking tell me Archer is... Is Archer fucking Shirou from the future?
琴峰は随分とお前を買っているようだな。なあ、そう見る目だけはあるよ。
Gilgamesh doesn't even want to look at him.
手に入れたら例の一つでもやろうかって思案中。それじゃあ、手っ取り早く殺しまくってさ、じゃんじゃん魂を食べて強くなってよ。
Actually, that's kind of funny, right? Didn't Tosaka say like you're like on the you're like that of a worm or something, Shinji? If you truly desire the Grail, ignore the other masters. There are other matters we must attend to first. To seek pleasure is proof of being a human. Long ago, I had 10 slaves. I couldn't slay any of them. Oh, back in the good old days, everyone had value. But in today's world, it's full of fucking thoughts! Fucking leeches! Fucking filthy scum! Too many of anything is sickening. No! No! I wanted to be a champion of justice. Oh my god. Oh, what the fuck happened that episode? It's just too much went on. I didn't even manage to get a fucking word in towards the end. That last segment of the episode, man, with Shinji talking to Gilgamesh in the worm cave, I thought was pretty funny. Because Rin said to Shinji, I think after he lost Riders, like, oh, Shinji, you're that of a worm, or something like that. You're not a master, you're not a mage, you're nothing. You're literally like an insect, like a bug, or something. And now Shinji's just standing down there in that pit of worms, talking to Gilgamesh, basically amongst his own kind. Just a bug. I thought that was pretty hilarious. And Gilgamesh, man, he didn't even turn around to face Shinji. He didn't even want to look at Shinji. He had his back turned to him the whole time. Oh, that was pretty symbolic, man, in the funniest ironic sense. Okay, the way I saw it, that was pretty damn comedic. And yeah, what Gilgamesh said at the very end, right? When Shinji asked what was your wish. So I don't think we even knew what Gilgamesh's wish was back in Fate Zero. So Gilgamesh said, back when I was alive, you know, people weren't a luxury, alright? Every single slave I had some value in life. They had some meaning. They had some purpose to fulfill. But now, the way I see it, in modern society that I've been reincarnated into, all I see is a bunch of fucking superficial, materialistic, vain thoughts. Okay, useless thoughts. There are just too many damn thoughts on the planet. And like he said, too much of anything is disgusting. So what I think Gilgamesh was implying was that his wish is to somehow use the Grail to cause another catastrophe like the end of Fate Zero, and I guess wipe out, I don't know, as much of mankind as possible and weed out all the parasites off of this planet. That's basically what I got from it. So it seems like, yeah, Gilgamesh is still going to continue on with what Kirei was up to at the end of Fate Zero, and continue trying to destroy the world. Oh boy, that's going to be one hell of a mess to clean up later on. And yeah, frickin' hell, man, this episode, so much went on that I honestly I couldn't get a word in. Like, I was already, by the end, when the end credits just dropped on me like that, my head was about to explode. There was just so much to take in that I honestly had no clue what the fuck to think at what time in this episode. So, let's just talk about the big elephant in the room. I think I may have had a fucking revelation at the end of this episode. I think my head just went 500,000 IQ big brain moment. So, let me tell you guys what I think. Alright? all of you avid Fate fans out there that already know probably what happens and are just watching me trying to figure all this shit out. You guys must be thinking like you guys must be like just grabbing the popcorn, ready about to blow your load all over the screen as to what I'm about to say right now. All right, and just it's like a proud parent finally watching their kid know how to do 1 + 1 for the first time. So I think based on everything that has happened so far up until this point, and this episode definitely has just basically just more or less confirmed it to me. Okay, I had a tiny little suspicion previously, but it was nothing significant enough for me to go by. It was basically just me sort of brainstorming in my own head, just to theory craft stuff, and it's basically just keeping my brain ticking and just being actively engaged with the series that I'm watching. But now the series literally have more or less just turned their cards over and showed their hand. So this episode, we first got to see Rin having a dream of Archer's previous life. Similar to that of Fate Zero, you see the masters and the servants, their connection allows them to essentially dive into the servants' dreams or the servants' history through sleep and kind of figure out, what happened in their previous life, their history, their backstory. So Rin dreamt of essentially Archer's life, and what she said was this guy, which was basically Archer saying it in third person, this guy, his body is made of blades. He stood upon a mountain of swords, and in the end his life meant nothing, and I have to go back and read that dialogue again. But basically, from the flashbacks, it looked like just bodies lying everywhere. It's like Kiritsugu when he was being given that simulation on the boat, right? About killing 200 to save 300 on that sinking ship. Just an entire wasteland of bodies. So all Rin saw was just Archer's life being an endless sea of death, an endless sea of killings, and I guess what that saying was, he stood upon a mountain, a hill of swords, is basically just he stood upon a pile of corpses. That's how I interpret it as. Which is basically what Kiritsugu did, right? Back in his early days, Kiritsugu just spent his whole life, killing and ended up just racking up nothing but a massive body count in his quest for world peace, to try and save the world, to become a champion of justice. I don't know how many times I'm going to fucking say that phrase over and over again. I'm pretty sure some people are sick and tired. At this point, it's a meme for me at this point. Just everything's a fucking champion of justice. Similar to how Kiritsugu was trying to be a champion of justice and realizing it was a fool's dream. That's not how reality works. And exactly what Archer said to Shirou in episode 8, right? No, it was episode 7, before he slashed him in the back at the Ryodo Temple. You cannot save everybody, huh? What do you think? If you try to save everybody, you end up saving nobody. Okay, being a champion of justice means you save one person, but you can't save another, which is exactly what Kiritsugu told Shirou. And this Archer guy is essentially saying the same things as Kiritsugu, and his past life looks like Kiritsugu. And Shirou said that he's gonna take upon Kiritsugu's dream, and Shirou now wants to be a champion of justice. And Shirou wants to save everybody, essentially, and doesn't want anybody to get hurt, which is basically what Kiritsugu wanted when he was a kid. And the pendant, right? The pendant. So remember what I said in episode 1. Why the fuck does Shirou have a pendant when Archer gave Rin back that pendant in the first episode? So, like, how that means, like, where did Archer nick that pendant from Shirou on the way home? No, because Shirou was still lying dead on the floor when those two went home, and then Shirou woke up afterwards and the pendant was still there. So Archer gave Rin a pendant and Shirou had a pendant, which meant Archer probably had his own pendant. So there's 2 pendants, right? There must be 2 pendants. There can't be one. Archer must have been summoned with a pendant. Which gets me on to the final point, the absolute ball buster, the mind breaker point. When Shirou somehow, just out of fucking nowhere, no one told me about this, it wasn't explained until literally this episode, as Rin said, even Rin herself said, I didn't know you can do projection magic. So Shirou just conjured up Archer's blades out of nowhere. He literally just made them out of pure magic. At that point, I was convinced, okay? At that point, I was like, are you serious? So all this time I've been saying, who the fuck is this Archer guy? He's so woke compared to all these other previous historic figure servants. This guy is so meta. He's so fourth wall breaking. He already knows everything about just how the workings of the Holy Grail of the whole nature of servants, and how, you know, they're not here for honor and glory and all this other crap. At the end of the day, they're just mindless tools and weapons of disposal to their masters to just fulfill a goal. And in the end, their opinions and their values and whatever, they mean nothing. Archer was so fucking just woke about the reality and the true purpose of servants and their involvements with the masters in this Holy Grail war as just being tools of destruction, leading to nothing but just more death and suffering and all that shit. And yeah, and we didn't know who this Archer guy was, and Archer even said previously in the first episode, I don't know who I am. Whether he actually, now in hindsight, did he mean that? Probably not. In hindsight, I think he actually deliberately, purposefully said to Rin that just not to give away his real identity. Because man, if I'm actually right about this, if I'm fucking right about this, and this is actually Shirou, then of course he wouldn't have been able to tell Rin, hey, I'm Shirou, right, from the future. I mean, that would have Rin probably would have busted a nut, and her mind would have blown out if that was really what was gonna, if Archer was gonna tell her that. Man, Rin probably would have she would have had a fucking hemorrhage, a hernia. Okay, she would have stroked out in the brain. Okay, if she found out that somehow she managed to summon that, and whether that was a possibility or not. I still don't know whether this is actually the truth. At this point, I'm literally just rambling on about my overhyped mind of thoughts right now, going at 100 billion miles per hour. But yeah, I think Shirou, after he pulled out Archer's blades out of nowhere, which is basically how Archer summons his own blades out of nowhere, out of thin air, I think Archer is Shirou from the future. How the fuck? Archer is Shirou. Oh right. And remember, in the post credit scene in what, episode 8, episode 7, I can't remember. Shirou said to Saber, "Hey, train me. Okay, train me. Make me be stronger. I wanna be like Archer." Oh, he must be Archer. He must be Archer, right? Oh, it all perfectly fits. It all perfectly fits Archer, and Archer hates Shirou, which I still don't understand. So if Archer really is Shirou from the future, Archer hates Shirou, which so I don't understand. I guess why these two naturally just keep bickering, because he's essentially looking at himself, and I guess somehow he doesn't like looking at himself. I don't get that. But yeah, Archer must be then Shirou. But how did Shirou become Archer? I don't know. Based on Rin's dream, like if Shirou is Archer, then he spent his whole life killing people like Kiritsugu. So I guess he spent his whole life basically following Kiritsugu's dreams of being a champion of justice, and he ends up exactly in the same place as Kiritsugu did, finding out that it was a fool's dream. It's a fucking ignorant, naive child's dream that trying to save everybody. That's not how reality works, and it leads to a mountain of corpses, and somehow he became a heroic spirit. That's basically what I got from this episode. How he managed to get so buff. How he managed to end up looking like a bodybuilder, I don't know about that, because Shirou right now, he's a pretty scrawny kid, and somehow, I mean, look how fucking beefy Archer is, and somehow Shirou also grew from what, 5'9", 6 foot to suddenly now 7 foot. I don't know how he managed to do that either. Oh right, and now and the final thing to cap off, the teacher, he absolutely manhandled Saber, man. He just threw her and smashed her through the petrol station like a rag doll. What the fuck? I mean, I know Saber's not in the perfect 100% full strength fighting state, but how on earth did you just get manhandled by that teacher that just happened to know martial arts and had his fists reinforced with magic? I mean, Saber got absolutely freaking trashed. Are you really that crippled, Saber? You managed to hold your own against Berserker in episode 3, but you somehow got your ass handed to you by some normal human in this episode. Oh man. Oh, holy crap! When Kazuki had Saber in that chokehold and Saber's face like, it's like, oh god! And the special effects, man, when Saber transformed from her like normal casual clothes into her battle attire, man, that part, oh, so many particles, so many special effects, holy fuck. What a damn episode. I'm gonna have to jump straight into the next one after this. Oh my god, I can't end on a cliffhanger like that. That was just too insane. That was too freaking insane. Alright guys, so yeah, that's all of my thoughts. I think that's enough thoughts for this freaking episode of Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, guys. Holy crap, what a damn episode that was. What a mind-blowing revelation for a moment of the episode that was for me. I think my mind just cummed all over the fucking screen and keyboard and whatever. Holy fuck, I'm gonna pick up all the pieces of my mind after this episode. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed my reaction to episode 10 of Unlimited Blade Works as much as I have enjoyed watching it and absolutely losing my damn mind over it. Oh my god, that was such a good episode. And yeah, I don't know whether I'm right with everything that I've just said, okay? So if you've liked what you've seen and you haven't done so already, leave a like down below, leave a comment, let me know all your thoughts, guys. All you avid Unlimited Blade Works and Fate and all you Type Moon freaks out there, all you nerds out there that already know everything that happens, let me know your thoughts without spoiling too much for me. Let me know how right, how close, how warm I am. How warm did I get to the truth with all of the massive big brain revelation connecting the dot moments in this discussion that I had. Was I right? Is Shirou Archer? Just let me know in the comments below. Everything that I literally just brain vomited out all over this recording in this post discussion review. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? Very much appreciate that, guys. If you drop me those comments and just let me know you know, how did I do with my analysis. So yeah, like, comment, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell icon so that you always be kept up to date with all of my activities here on YouTube. Do the same thing for my other 2 YouTube channels. Links are given right down there. Join the Discord channel, guys. Again, links given right down there. We can have an active real-time conversation about everything anime and video games and, you know, Fate and whatever, rather than just exchanging comments on YouTube, which can take a while because it's not real time, it's not active, and the comments sometimes take a while to refresh in my studio, in my dashboard, and on the homepage. Not to mention all of the damn filters that block certain comments. You can talk completely unadulterated, unfiltered, whatever in the Discord chat, right? With no restrictions. So come on over and join the family. I very much appreciate that. And finally, okay, a big shout out to all of my lovely patrons out there that have been supporting me up until this far. Official Too Lazy for Life patrons, official Too Lazy for Life sloths of my sloth army. Thank you all so much for your generosity. Thank you all so much for your support, guys. Massive shout out to all of you guys. Continue being awesome, continue supporting me and helping me pursue my dream of becoming a full-time content creator. Everyone else out there that's not a patron, if you want to sign up, go check out my website. Go check out my Patreon site, my Patreon page, links given right down there, and just have a browser as to all of the tiers I have on offer. You can unlock my library of full, unedited, uncut reactions to all of my anime reactions that you will not find anywhere else for as little as just a measly $1.99. All right, very much appreciate that, guys, if you do. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all very shortly for episode 11 of Unlimited Blade Works, and then we can try and hopefully get some answers as to all of this mind-blowing, I don't even know what to call it, all right? But yeah, until then, guys, thank you all so much, and I'll see you all very soon, all right? Bye for now!